What's up, data folks? Day one of the COALESCE 2022. Well, it's actually the second day, but I consider the first day as the day zero. But let's cover the highlights, shall we? So, 4 points about the keynote: growth, partners, Python, and semantic layer. So growth, it's insane to see the adoption of dbt and the growth of the community. If you look at the number of attendees at COALESCE in 2020, we're about 3,000. And now it's more than 18,000. I don't have the official numbers, but it's a much bigger number. And I looked also out of curiosity at the GitHub stars of dbt core, and that's also a hockey stick. Hockey stick everywhere. The second point is about partners. So the day zero, as I call, which was the first day of the conference, was dedicated to partners. It's really great to see dbt putting efforts of getting feedback from partners about where they're struggling, about potential collaboration, and there is a lot of integration to be done and being done with dbt. And I think there is something bigger than dbt itself here. The current modern data stack is completely unbundled, and if you have to piece and glue all the pieces together, well, it's sometimes in practice pretty hard. So it's really nice to see that the official vendors are putting some effort together to make it work. The third point was about Python. More Python for dbt models. Yeah, it's definitely nice because there is things that you can do easier with Python than SQL, but aren't we increasing complexity by putting Python within a dbt project? So the lineage is gonna have some SQL, some Python. And I got to ask this question to Jeremy, who had a pretty good answer to that.
You're right, like there is a real risk of complexity here. But I also think that this complexity and this fragmentation already exists. It already exists at organizations that have pipelines written in Python or data science work written in Python that is outside the dbt project.
Fourth point was about semantic layer. So here is an hot take. Can we please agree on naming in the data world? We have also already some folks calling it a metric store. For machine learning, it's more a feature store. But at the very end, it's still all the same. You want to have consistency on storing critical asset, your metrics, to be consumed by different tools, here analytics tools. But that being said, it's a great news, and I think it's a big win to avoid also people overusing certain analytics tools like dashboarding tools and doing too much transformation over there where there shouldn't be. Because now the matrix is being computed within your transformation layer, you also have metadata that can flow from source to sink to the endpoint, for example, on dashboarding tool. That's really great to track cleanly. And finally, community talk. And by the way, there is nobody in this room for my highlights. You're all online. So there was two major themes I'd like about the community talks. The first one was about the role name Analytics Engineer. Analytics Engineer is a pretty new name role, and it's nice to have talks that highlight that there is the engineer term in it. And so that means that software engineering best practice apply also over there. And while it might sound obvious for some people, it's still fairly new for the data world, at least for the analytics part of it. So for that, I would recommend the return of the data analytics engineer talk and also the accidental engineer. Links in the description. And finally, the other theme was return of data modeling. So we've seen the comeback happening online, but there was some nice talk, Kimball still relevant, and another talk about dimensional model. And for me, it's the first time that we talk about data modeling in modern stack tools. So again, nice to see it at a conference. Finally, another great talk I saw was outgrowing a dbt run, which touched on about scaling your models, but also considering different source frequency refresh and a different SLA for the downstream usage of those models. So check out that talks in the description. All right, folks, that's it for today for the first wrap up. A lot of information. I also put down a post somewhere to have it written if you prefer. But yeah, enjoy the talks, check out the links in the description, and see you tomorrow. It's really nice to see that dbt is pushing that. Oh, Tristan, please come over. So I do fireside chat.